I mean, first thing that I just noticed is that I would never in my life play with name tags on. It's just useless. It's just no point. Just takes up space on your screen and can distract you sometimes, you know. And I mean here, level 1. Right now, you should only be standing here if they have something like a Nautilus or Blitzcrank where if you walk up to here now, they would like go up and hook you, you know? But I don't know if you do this every game, right? So just make sure that only play safe if they have like Hook or Braum or something, because enemy team can now run like this, and it's your job to stand here to see that.
Oh, okay, so I don't cover one side, I just cover in the middle always.
Yeah, you just cover here, because that covers both. You see Garen standing here, so his job is to cover here. And then you see you have a fucking AFK, right? Ideally, Garen stands here, someone stands here, 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 here. Then you have full line vision, you know? So again, I would go Darksteel Refill here, and just play for early recalls. Holy shit, your map is dark, how can you play like this? It's perma-nocturnal.
Yeah, it feels better like this, I think.
This feels better?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't like when it's like so bright, you know, so I turn it down.
But you can't see shit, dude. What the fuck is it? I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
This looks fucking annoying. How does it look with skill shots and stuff later? I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, for early lane, the goal is to have her push into you. Your champion is completely worthless level 1, and you're gonna have to farm with Q. And if you farm with Q, you usually end up pushing. So you want to make sure that you're not hitting creeps or something like this. Champion like Ekko, that is weak level 1, I'm a melee champion, and I want them to push. If you can make her tank creep aggro in a situation where it's not so good for her, then go for it. So for example, if you stand here, right? Once the creeps have all like aggroed on each other, if you stand here and she stands here and hits you, she'll tank the whole wave. And that will make the wave push into you really quickly. So you'll lose like 70 HP by tanking an auto and Q, right? But don't you think it's fine to be this HP to have the wave push into you?
Yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
I just stand there and let her auto me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like here now, once the wave has met, like this, I would stand here now and just like stand still. Now, if her champion is really OP level 1, then you might not want to do that. If they have like a PTA Lucian mid, right? Then we're not talking 70 damage. We're talking an auto into E into a double auto from passive PTA proc 250 damage.
Yeah.
So then that's bad. But Orianna is only going to deal like 70 damage if she Q auto you. That's completely fine. And you should want to do that. But make sure you're not standing here. The goal is to make these aggro on her. Because you see now, right? Now you're going to have to look to Q.
Yeah.
But when you Q now, then you will hit all of these creeps. And then you will lose some. And you'll also end up pushing into her. Then the next last hit will be harder and you'll have to move further up. And then all of a sudden the wave ends up here. And that's really cringe. That's why I would let her auto me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now you lose this one, for example. Which I would, personally, I would never give that one up. Again, the whole point of having teleport, the whole point of having potions, is so you can farm. So, when I Q here, what are you scared of? If you click forward and melee auto this, she will maximum auto you 2 times and do 1 Q, right? It's like 110 damage. Is that really gonna kill you? You have passive health regen, every champion does. So the 110 damage is not going to be 110. It's gonna be 110 and then 100, right? And then 90 and then 80. And then by the time you take damage again, it'll be like 70 damage done. You're not gonna die from one time taking a trade. And if you do make her Q you here, you're also gonna make her lose last hits, right? If she Qs on top of these melees, look how shit that is for her, right? And here you should just Q only this creep. Yeah, like this is really bad. Like again, we want the wave to come into us, right? Into us. We want to have it push into us. You want to all in her when she's here, not when she's here, right? So this now will make it harder to farm, but also harder to all in. So you need to practice throwing your Q like on the side. And you should also, something I noticed, is that you keep standing like this so that your Q like insta hits it. But you can stand here and cast Q and it'll still reach this, you know?
Yeah.
So, because when your Q hits, right? It hits and then just like that, right? It travels a bit. And that's a massive skill to have as an Ekko player, because you're going to have matchups where you cannot stand this close to farm, right?
Yeah, they would just poke me. Yep.
Yes. So then you would need to stand here, and you can still farm this. So that's something you should learn, because this will get abused. If you're against a Cassiopeia here, and she's level 2, and you Q like this, she's gonna Q you, and run you down. So here you hit, your positioning is also good for level 2. Just click back now. Yeah, just click back. I don't know why you go for the Q. The second part of the Q is really troll to go for. Look, you've already achieved here what you want. Your Q is like 40 damage here, no? It's like completely useless.
Yeah.
By hitting this Q, if it hits, which is gonna be lucky because she's playing Phase Rush, if it hits, by putting yourself here, you remain inside of this wave for longer and you allow her to auto you more. You're always gonna take now 2 times the damage that your Q will ever do. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So you only try to have your Q hit if it's gonna proc the passive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But here you got your auto off. So this click here should be like here. And then the trade would be super fucking good. But now it's actually shit. And she should click forward earlier. You see there how much auto she gets, right? And the creeps?
Yeah.
That's not ideal. So this is good. You're just only lost the thing. Imagine now doing these trades and the wave would be like a little bit more here. Would be a bit easier to run her down, right?
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah, I would also ping for help. Because, not because you necessarily want a gank. You just want your jungler to like know what's happening in mid. You know? Because I don't need help, but I want help, right? Because to me it's a free flash here. And I don't see why Veigar wouldn't necessarily want that. Like, Veigar wants to snowball, and if we get Orianna's flash, then we can look to just perma-camp her. And we can both get fed that way, and it benefits both our champions. And if he chooses to full clear, then I'll just adapt, right? But just like how I was saying that you want gank, she should also want gank here. That's the only problem here, and your W is really shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really, really fucked now. Because, like I said, you have one chance to recall, which is your teleport. Which should be giving you a really good base.
Yes.
So that you can lane without TP. Now your lane is fucked. Because now you TP back with something useless that will not help you push and get a next recall without TP. So for example here, if I'm you right now, after you did this trade, you're now pushing the wave really hard. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do now, for example, using the push that you have, using disadvantage, 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 right? These 3 extra casters. Using your wave advantage, why don't you just hit creeps now, right? Pop your potion, hit creeps, and then cast your Q on the wave and push. Crash the wave and drop wards. Because now, you're not playing to Ekko's strengths. You're just flipping the whole game here, and now you lost your flash and your TP for refillable potion.
Yep.
It feels really fucking bad. And then now, if she just TPs back, then it also gets cringe. So you have to try to crash as fast as possible. This is good. Yeah, this is good. Now just recall for Darksteel. Yeah, that's good at least. You realized she would TP back. It's not bad. I wouldn't use E, because the thing is like, your Q cooldown, right, is so much shorter now, see? So, when you use E like this, you're playing a combo champion. What I mean by that is, let's say you're playing Syndra, right? If you use your stun, and then you use your Q a little bit after, and then you end up with Q up, but then you don't have E, then you're useless. Or, let's say you have E up, but you don't have Q, then you're useless. Because you can't use them both together. And if Ekko now has Q up, but no E, are you useful? No. So good player will run you down here and crash their wave, and you can't punish in any way. But what should always happen here, when you're playing versus something like Orianna, when the wave is like this, you will have one WEQ trade that you can look for. Because here, imagine now you have E up. She wants to crash this wave, of course, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that she walks up, then you can WEQ. Now, the great thing about Ekko is you don't have to go in just because you W'd. You can cast your W and see, okay, this will hit, and then you go in. Okay, this will miss, and you don't go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But this is a perfect time to kind of look to trade, because she is so far up in the lane. if I get a good trade here, right? A good trade is this HP because that's what will happen if I land W. Then on the bounce, it'll be easy to play because she has to respect, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you should always trade here unless the champion can like tank your burst and then run you down, which Ori can't really do if the W hits. You'll proc passive and run away. So yeah, like this E is just really disrespectful. If I was Orianna, I would turn around the moment you eat here, and then I would just crash the wave.
How would you say is the balance? Like, is it more important to like trade on this wave or to get the CS here?
I would look to trade always, because you see here, if you're not doing anything, look what's happening to you. You're just getting fisted. You're playing as if you can't trade, but you can combo her. You're just gonna get bombed now, because the thing is, you're trying to secure the CS, right? But you're securing the CS, losing all your HP, so then you'll end up losing CS later anyways. If you lose a melee here to do like 300 plus HP to her, don't you think that's worth?
Yeah, it's worth for sure.
Yeah, now it's like really fucked, and like I said, she's gonna get 6 now. So this is really bad. You lose a bunch of CS and then you're raging at your jungler, even though he just ganked bot and has to clear. You are really lucky that he's actually a good player, saying that he can't and he's following his own game plan.
Momo ganked me too, you know, so I thought...
It's true, yeah. Momo ganked me, so now your jungle needs to. Otherwise his jungle diff. Here I would just think, what do I do after this wave? Because you took so much HP that you can also just recall, but you should fog to one side. So like here, bot lane, right? You can look to dive, for example, here. Look at that fat wave your bot is gonna have. Look at that wave. Watch. See this?
Mm-hmm.
You should always assume your teammates as 3 people can crash this wave, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your timer here now to kind of save your game. Imagine you dive bot lane here. Isn't that huge?
That's huge, yeah.
Okay. So that's what I would do now if I'm you. Is to spam ping bot here and look to dive. But you gotta ping. People don't look at their minimap. Do you really think Rakan is looking at minimap here when he's queuing Kai'Sa under tower?
No.
No. So yeah, you wanna ping. And you gotta start doing useful pings. Like if I'm Viego, I would have muted you on the spot when you're spam pinging him like that. And then it doesn't matter how smart you are, because if people mute you, then you can't call anything, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta stop tilt pinging. Like people will just mute you, and then you pinging here, nobody will realize. So yeah, the result here will always be good. If she clicks back, she loses a wave. If she stays, then okay, you just kill her. Now, after killing her, I'll be really interested to see what you do, because you should always recall. When you decide to do this play, you have given this wave. You are not getting this wave. You can't kill her and walk back to lane.
Why not?
Because it takes too long. The wave will be dead. Because she's now, as responding to this play, she will push the wave, right? Always when you kill her, you recall. Because you're going to make it for this wave from base anyways. You're never making this wave.
But there's no exception to this. Never.
Unless you are, if you are 0 gold after killing her, right? So like 300 gold, and you are 100% HP, full mana, then yeah, you can go mid. But 99% of the time, after doing a dive like this, you have a lot of gold, because you pushed a wave prior to this, right? And you got a kill. And you're probably low HP and mana, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean 1% of the time, yeah, you can go mid after. But here always I would recall after. Yeah, just recall, blasting wand. But yeah, good roam. It's worth it for sure. It's always worth it. Of course, it feels like piss when you look at tab, because you see, oh, I lost a wave and Ori gets a plate, and it looks like you're getting mega gapped. But this is the difference between your 2 champions, you know, like, you need shit like this.
So how much would you say is acceptable? Like,
well, you lost 1 wave. To deny Kai'Sa 2 waves, give Twitch a plate, give your bot lane a reset, and give yourself a reset and a kill. Always worth. And it's a guaranteed play. Like I said here, you can tell now whether or not they're backing off. You see here, Kai'Sa wants a wave. So now you commit. If Kai'Sa ran to here, you would now go back to mid and lose nothing.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's always worth it. Look how happy your Twitch is. Watch. Twitch gets played, he gets assist on this kill, Kai'Sa loses this whole wave and the next wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, this is when we're actually playing Ekko. Now you're level 7, and you have a bunch of AP. So this is when you don't really want to lane anymore. You just want to Q the wave and fuck off. And just roam and roam and roam and roam. So when I see her here, you have 2 plays you can do. One, you can walk up and try to cheese all in her, but the problem with that is it requires her being bad. Or you can just walk up and one-shot the wave already. I prefer doing the second option in almost every case, because I think if you go here and then she isn't that bad that she just gets all in by the most obvious Ekko cheese ever, right? Then you lost your chance to like one-shot the wave. So I prefer to just Q the wave and just go and one-shot Herald here with Veigar, you know?
Yeah.
And another small thing is that I kind of dislike when we're doing a play here and I go for a play here. Ideally, you join the bot play, like you did the last time, you know? I prefer to do one play at a time and support this play, unless I know 100% what's going on in the game. Let's say I know Amumu's bot, and let's say I looked bot lane here and I see all 3 of these guys are 100 HP and I know 100% my teammates, they're fine. Then you can go top. But here you don't know if Amumu's in this bush, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you'd rather go here and then clean them up here if Amumu isn't there. And if Amumu is here, then you're the one turning it around because you're the one making a 3v3 into a 4v3. And that's mid gap. That's your advantage over Orianna. Okay. Boom, boom. Nice. Not sure about that ult.
Yeah.
Not sure why you wanted to realize. Why the fuck is this guy taking your CS?
Yeah.
Why does he want a side lane?
And then Veigar takes my CS2 now in Midlaner.
Well, that's kind of absurd. You've been harassing that guy the whole game. I don't know why Twitch is trolling you, but this is good though. It's not bad, but Set is very slow on rotation. Like, look here. Set is mid now, right? And you should always want to take the next wave here. It's just sometimes you can't, because maybe they will come and kill you, right? So you gotta ask yourself, who is gonna kill me? Because Orianna's mid, Set is mid. So do I really actually have to be scared here? Don't you think it takes Set too long to get here? Because it sucks having to give this wave. Because see now you slow down the time it takes for this to crash, which essentially gives them more farm, because you give them opportunity to get there, right? But you also lose the wave. But when you just one-shotted this and crashed it quickly, then they lose it faster, and you gain CS. You should want mid-wave first, though. Like here, how do you know there are not fucking 4 people here?
I don't.
Right, so having your Twitch be on mid-wave alone is kind of troll, no? How do you know they don't have a ward here, and Nautilus doesn't just flash on top of Twitch's head here and kills him?
But is that really my job? Not like Rakan's job to...
Okay, let's say Rakan is mid. What do you do here, 1v4? You guys cannot get the vision here without flipping the game when Garen and Veigar is here. And you're also not gonna go on Dragon until Twitch is done with mid-wave. So just go mid, press Q on the wave, and then you can all go together. Look, Twitch still is on mid-wave. See? This is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Now you have to ulti immediately, and now Rakan is dead before you even get your fucking rat here. Yeah, this is good read on your W. That's good W. Nice. Oh my god, Garen. Yeah, I mean, this is good. I mean, they should get aced here in the mid team. Nice. I don't know why you hate tanking Amumu Qs and Nautilus Qs. Look the HP of your Veigar. Why don't you click into Amumu? Why are you dodging his Q?
Because I play for myself.
Yeah, but you have ulti up and you're 3k HP with your shield and your HP, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like, I'm not saying that Veigar can die, right? All I'm saying is that Amumu, maybe he Qs this guy and then walks up and R's Twitch and lands double ulti, and then Ori flashes over the wall and lands fucking shockwave.
Yeah.
The point is, it's the only way that you can lose, right? So, yes, I know you are Ekko, you are not Malphite, so you're not thinking about tanking skill shots from your teammates, but if you're playing Yuumi and you're level 1 in bot lane and you're against Ezreal, you should tank Mystic shots, right? You should tank Ezreal Qs.
Yeah.
Same here, you are Ekko with 3k HP right now. And you see your teammates over here. You don't want Amumu to get on top of your teammates here.
Yep.
It's the only way that you can lose here.
True.
So you should click into him. It's not about playing for yourself. Of course, if Veigar is half HP and you're half HP, then yes, you should probably keep yourself alive, but you are fine here. And your default is to run away, which is really grief, because then you help Amumu gap close towards your team. Which you don't want, see? Now you got double ulted. Yeah, I mean, here the game should just end.
Yeah.
You have Ekko Garen with Baron buff, so it should just be easy to push. Yeah.